Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video here on the memory shelf. Today we're going to be talking about this book right here, if the camera focuses. And this is Monster Blood for Breakfast from Goosebumps HorrorLand series. Still making my way through the HorrorLand series, of course. This is book number 3. I've only got currently up to 6, I think, but I found like the complete set in a nice little packaged box somewhere on the internet, so I'm going to try and grab that up soon and continue the journey with this. Overall, so far, I genuinely am really enjoying the HorrorLand series. There's so much to it that I kind of forgot about. I only ever read the first 6 because that's the only ones I ever owned as a kid. Now that I'm revisiting it is when I'm going to continue that journey, but I genuinely forgot how good these books actually are. Like, obviously everyone always says stuff about the original books, right? And of course the original books are great, but there's just something special and unique about the HorrorLand series, obviously so many years later in 2008. It's more of the same. For example, Monster Blood we've seen before, right? That's nothing new or different, but it's just the storytelling is just top tier for the most part, I feel. Maybe even just as good, if not in some cases better than the original series, I feel like so far. And yeah, the continuation of the overarching story just works really nicely to tie all of the books together as well. I'm really enjoying those. This one's a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. I genuinely really had a really fun time rereading this book, alright? Like I said in the previous review, Creep from the Deep, I didn't really enjoy that one as much. I didn't get as much out of that. I wasn't as invested in the story and things like that. Whereas with this one, I feel like I was invested from the get-go. I feel like the characters were a really integral part of the story and it couldn't have worked without them. I had a lot of scenes where I could really picture and envision the scene. It was really well described and really enjoyable to envision that as well. For example, there's a swimming scene, and I did swimming lessons as a kid, and I did a swimming competition once. And there's sort of a story that is told in one of the chapters about a swimming competition with the main character. And it was sort of this weird sort of nostalgic thing of like, I'm rereading the story, so it's coming back to me, but also I'm envisioning and picturing this swimming competition that I did as a kid and how that looked in my brain and how I felt in that moment and how much I kind of hated it and all of these sorts of things. All of that kind of came rushing back into my memories at the same time as the story itself. So I think for that reason, it just kind of elevated the way that I felt about it and what I thought about the book overall. But genuinely, the storytelling from start to finish is really good in this one. I typically haven't really enjoyed Monster Blood as a part of the Goosebumps universe that much. Like the series episode, I didn't really like that much. I can't remember all of the books of the original series, but I just remember not loving that kind of villain within the Goosebumps universe. I don't remember enjoying it as much as some of the other ones like Slappy or the Scarecrow or whatever. But for this one, I feel like, I don't know, for some reason this time it was different. Maybe it was just the character, the storytelling was better. I just felt like something was different this time around. I feel like there was a lot of tension and suspense really well written into this book as well. Like, obviously R.L. Stine does that really classic thing of building tension up to the end of a chapter, kind of leaving it on a cliffhanger sometimes and then resolving in the following chapter, right? We all know that. That's just something that he does. And I feel like every chapter had that. Every chapter had something of like okay, let me keep reading to see what happens next. Let's see what happens here. That sort of thing, which is always a positive, of course. And just, I don't know, overall final thoughts on it. I just feel like Monster Blood is one of those slightly more wacky and zany kind of characters and villains within the Goosebumps universe. Like I say, that's why sometimes I don't necessarily enjoy it as much. It doesn't have as much of the creep factor, especially as a kid and especially in the TV episode. But I just feel like that wackiness worked with this particular Monster Blood story and this particular Monster Blood book. The whole, I mean, the name gives it away, right? There is a scene to do with Monster Blood and the breakfast, which I feel like is a really good scene. The ending is really solid. Everything about this book I feel like is really good, and it's an 8.5 for me out of 10 for that reason. And then, of course, the ending chapters, as always, are pretty solid. To be honest with you, all of the ending chapters in the HorrorLand series are probably a straight 10 for me at this point, if I'm being completely honest. They just feel like really cohesive. I love the continuation of the story, and I just really enjoy going down that trip of that story so far. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings to do with this book here, Monster Blood for Breakfast? Let me know. Do you have it in your collection, or have you read it yet? Let's chat about it down below. Otherwise, thank you very much once again for watching and listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!